All right, Coach, area champions, how does that feel just right off the top?
Feels good, survive in advance. You know, I wish it wouldn't have been that close.
It did come down to the wire there, it felt like. But, you know, I've asked a couple other people tonight about the Walnut Grove game, kind of looking backwards to really talk about what was so successful tonight. What kind of things has this team learned since Walnut Grove that really, I think, lent to this really signature win?
You got to squeeze out close games. They've done a good job. They didn't put their head down. They kept playing. We knew what we had to do, and we knew we had to give in the defense's hands and at the end and go get a stop. They did a great job.
Coach, so one of the questions that we kept seeing on the stream and some of the stuff that kept coming up was, look, this team has really been reinvented. I know we had some time this week where we talked a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about this new look Coyotes and what the Coyotes are kind of bringing to the playoffs.
Well, I don't know what necessarily we're talking about, but if you're talking about the run game?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, just if people are going to play 3 men in a box and 3 stacked, then they give us take what we give us. We never had ego where we have to throw the football. We just throw the football, and that's our DNA. But we also, I think we led the area in rushing last year with Chumley. We've had a pretty good run game. So I don't know if we reinvented it. That's the weapon we used this week.
All right, Coach, I've heard you talk a lot about we-fence, right? It's not an offense, it's not a defense. This is a team effort that gets played on this field. But it seemed like tonight there were a couple players who were all over, one of them being Ace Traylor. We had an opportunity to interview him a little bit tonight and talk to him and just ask about, you know, what his mindset was, and every time his number was called. Talk about the weapon that is Ace Traylor.
He's a Swiss Army knife. You can use him in a lot of different ways. He's just a football player. So when you're trying to look for a team or create a team, you try to find football players. And when you look for football players, you know, you got Edward Chumley, Andre Williams, you know, there's Jaden Parker. There's all those guys in there, Peyton Miller. They're football players and they like football. But Ace is somebody that we've used that has found a way to win. And when you have to make a play, that's who you put the ball in his hands. Yeah,
Coach, I've heard you say on several occasions, we want guys who like playing football, right? We want guys who enjoy the game. Tonight, it looked like some guys were really having a great time, a really good time. Tonight, you got a 2.5-hour drive home. It's going to feel a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, going home area champs.
Yeah. Last time I was on this field, we lost on a missed extra point in the 3rd round of the playoffs. So I was thinking about that when we were right at that end. So I'm glad that didn't come to pass. So you know, great job of our guys, and I guess we're going to play Melissa next. So.
Yeah, they seem to handle their business. But Coach, look, you held off the Palo Duro Dons tonight. You guys are area champions. Congratulations. Hope you have a great ride home and a good week as you guys prepare for what's ahead.
Thank you very much.
Hey guys, we are joined here by Coach Wilson Rigg. Look, Coach, you're an area champion this week.
We are.
It's got to feel good. Talk a little bit about your first thoughts after this win.
Yeah, it was a little closer than probably what we wanted there. Could have kept my blood pressure down a little bit, would have been very nice. But I think, you know, overall, at this point, I've been doing this for a little bit. Making it to the 3rd round of the playoffs, you can never take for granted. It was great. We did what we needed to do to move on to the next round. Just got to clean some things up, obviously. But I mean, you can't be mad about moving to the 3rd round of the playoffs.
No, look, Coach, we talked up in the booth this evening about the kind of the reinvention of Coyote football in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we're a little different than we were in the regular season.
We were really trying to throw people off, not run the ball very well in the regular season. To kind of hold that off for playoffs was our goal, and then kind of that's taken hold. We had over 200 yards rushing in the first half, and just we were really holding that back. Wanted to make sure that teams weren't aware of it, where we could do, and now we just kind of unleashed Ace Traylor and our rushing attack all over them, and they did a great job.
Look, we talk a lot about Andre Williams for good reason, right? For good reason, but man, Ace Traylor, I don't think there was a thing he didn't do tonight. Talk a little bit about Ace and his contribution.
No, he did a great job. Some of those plays, maybe not have been the best run play, but he got positive yards, which doesn't look real great, crazy on the stat sheet, but getting those 2-3 hard yards, putting us into a good second and third down, really put us in a good position to keep moving the ball. And that's, I mean, you know, that's all you can ask for. Now, some of those big explosive plays, I mean, you know, he's a different cat.
Yeah, so we talked also a little bit on the stream tonight about going back to Walnut Grove a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We gave away 21 points and lost a lead and lost a game.
Yeah.
Tonight it looked like maybe this team's grown up a little bit. Can you talk to a little bit of that?
Yeah, so obviously, you know, shot ourselves in the foot a couple times there. Really could have ended the game a little earlier, but I thought our guys did a good job. We didn't fold. We didn't just give up. We didn't just move on, you know, just accept it. We fought all the way to the end, made a couple plays, and that's what, you know, good teams do.
Hey, Coach, area champions.
Area champions,
Drive back to Anna's going to feel pretty good tonight.
Oh, it's much better now. Yes, sir.
Coach, congratulations. Great game.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, area champions is how we start this interview. How's it feel, boys?
It feels amazing. How you feel, KB?
I feel amazing, baby.
So our quarterback, Zion Ray Williams, QB1, gonna do a little interview.
Yes, sir.
You gonna pull that out? You gonna interview your defensive
Yeah, I'm gonna interview
star?
KB. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What are you gonna say?
All right, KB. What do you think we did the best today as a team?
Overcoming adversity. We stayed together. We didn't panic. We knew this moment was gonna come all season. And we was prepared for it. We stayed together. We trusted one another, and we got the job done.
All right, now your turn. Your turn. What are you gonna ask your quarterback?
How you feel about the game? And how you feel how we overcame adversity?
I feel like we overcame adversity a lot. You know, we practiced that 2-minute drill, defensive cheetah, or canes every week, and it paid off. It paid off tonight. I'm proud of my defense. They came out there. They stopped them when we needed them to. We went there and scored. You know, not everything's gonna go your way all the time, but it matters how you finish, and that's what we went out here and did. We finished the game strong, and it proved.
All right, hey, question for Caden. Caden, absolutely disruptive night tonight, right? I got one on me.
I know.
Absolutely disruptive night tonight. You were in the backfield all night long. What was your mindset coming into this game?
I knew I wasn't just doing it for myself. You know, I got my brother Zai, I got Dre, I got Quan, I got Breno. You know, it's a lot of teams. We're doing it for each other. We're playing hard for each other, you know. We knew this moment was going to come. I knew it was going to come. We worked our butts off all season for this opportunity. So we're just going to dominate it. We're going to put everything we work for into play.
Zai, look, this game was hard fought. Those guys never gave up.
No.
They almost came back, but you guys kept your composure. Zai, what does it take for guys to be able to keep their head, do the right stuff down the stretch?
Like KB said, overcoming adversity, they stopped us with 3 minutes left on the game, and that was their ball. We had to trust our defense to go out there and stop them. We went out there, we executed, we stopped them on 4th down, pressured the QB last play of the game. He threw a bad ball. We went out there and needed it, and that was game. I can't thank nobody else but my coaches and my teammates, and now we got to move past this and be ready for next week.
All right, look, we're going to let you guys go celebrate. How's that drive back going to be being area champion?
Amazing!
It's going to be great.
All right, guys, area champion right here,
sir.
Ace Trailer. How's it feel, baby?
It feels great, man. Worked all summer for this. Feels great.
Nothing better, right?
Yes, sir.
It's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's going to get better. Look, talk about tonight. Ace, you were literally all over the field.
Yes, sir.
What was going on in your head when you got your number called over and over and over again?
Make it one more week. Make it one more week. That's all that's playing in my head. As long as we get one more week, that's all I care about. So, yes, sir.
Hey, you and the Coyotes did that tonight.
Yes, sir.
You punched your ticket to the next round.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean for this team after having a game like, let's go back a little bit, where we gave up 21 points to a Walnut Grove team, when you guys held off this push late?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to this team?
We've improved. We've grown, and I think we're more mature now. So we're ready for whoever's coming next.
Man, Ace, look, you ran all over this field tonight.
Yes, sir.
You have been called on time and time again to be a running back.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me a little bit about playing that versus being a wide receiver. Tell me a little bit how you feel about each one.
It's pretty fun. Running back's fun. The ball's already right there, so I don't got to worry about catching the ball. But receiver, it's a lot of fun too, making somebody miss already before I even get the ball, then getting the ball. So I love them both, but I think I love receiver a little bit more though.
So you've got, look, your team had some great defensive moments.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean to see you guys kind of playing complementary football like this right now at this time of the season?
I think it shows we're a team now. Before in the season, we probably would have got on each other, but now when mistakes happen, we lift each other up and then we make a better play next play. So I think we've grown. I think it shows we've grown.
All right, look, how's that ride going to be on the way back to Anna? 2.5 hours as area champions.
I'm going to be asleep, but it's going to be good though.
Hey, Ace, incredible night. I can't wait for the stat show to talk about all the things you guys did tonight.
Yes, sir.
Your name's going to come. You're probably going to end up with like 1,000 stickers, bro. Like, I mean, probably 1,000, but
Yes,
great
sir.
game.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.